And now I think people expect to make more than that. So, I don't know. There's no right or wrong answer to number one. Guess how much people make who watch dogs for work? All I know is I've heard more and more about people a little bit older than you, maybe people who have a driver's license and a car, and they're watching dogs on the weekend. You know, when people go out of town and they have dog sitters, or people who work a lot will hire someone to come to their house and take their dog out during the day. Or people are even taking their dogs to like daycare centers when they go out of towns and things like that. So have you guys been hearing about that lately? Yeah, it's like bigger now than it used to be. And I also think it just depends how much extra money people have. When I go out of town, I get a family member to watch my dog. I don't pay for it, but that's just how my life works. So, all right, let's write an equation for this. A dog walker makes $8.50 an hour per hour. Per means multiply, and earns $15 a week for yard work. So the equation would be like weekly. So we would do $8.50 times the number of hours, and I'm going to use H for hours. You can put X in. If you use X, that's fine. I'll do plus the $15 for the yard work. Maybe it was weed whacking or edging. And that's going to equal the income for the week. Now, a lot of times when we do things like this, come from real life, but we talk about it in algebra class, we use X's and Y's. So you might see this written 8.5x plus 15 equals y, with y being the income and x being the number of hours. These are the same thing. So now, you know, if your mission is you want to make $50 a week, you would put a 50 in here and you would solve for x, and that would tell you how many hours you have to work to make $50 a week. So let's go ahead and figure that out. $50 each week would be about $200 a month. You could pay your phone, like if your parents were making you pay your phone bill, or if you're a driver, your parents make you pay your car insurance. $200 a month would pay your parents for car insurance.
Imagine with that money, you ain't getting no one.
Well, you're absolutely right. As an adult, if you want to live on your own, you can't survive off of $8.50 an hour. But minimum wage now is a lot more. Do you know minimum wage, Aiden? What, 14, 15? Yeah. It's 15. So the reason I made that question number one is the book actually has this at like $9 an hour, and like minimum wage is just so much higher now. And this was just from 5 years ago. But it's even, you can't live on your own making minimum wage. Like you gotta have a partner, like a roommate, someone else making money so you can pay a mortgage or a rent. Or you gotta live with your family. But you're right, you can't live on your own with this much money. This is like money if you're still in school and you need to pay just some sort of bill to your parents kind of idea. All right, if you want to make $50 each week, how many hours do you have to walk dogs or watch them? So talk about it. I'm going to come around. Use your calculator. You can guess and check. You can put a 50 in for the Y. Solve it out. How many hours can you work as a high school student? I know guys and gals with their license, juniors and seniors, they work like 20 hours a week. They work a lot. Sure, you get some brothers and sisters who work, right? Anybody have an older brother or sister that works?
I do know that.
Oh, yeah. Any idea how many hours they work every week?
40.
Oh, full time? They're not.
She's out of high school.
Oh, out of high school. How about over here? How many hours?
My cousin was for sure.
While she's going to school? Or he? Where at? Where do they work?
Midwest.
Yeah, they get a lot of hours at Walmart. You guys know what? Walmart gives money for tuition too. Like, if you stay with Walmart a while, they'll help you pay to get a college education. So it's a good place to go. All right, let me be quiet while you guys figure this out. How many hours? The issue is if you work so much, you can't get your schoolwork done. Because you don't want that. Unless you want that job your whole life. You know? Don't take a job that takes you away from school unless you want to work that job your whole life. Which is okay. Amara, did you figure it out? Oh, how many hours? Yeah. 6.5. Anybody else get 6.5? Okay, that's reasonable. You could work 6.5 hours a week. Maybe that's like 2 hours, 3 days a week, or 4 days a week. And then you get $50 to pay for a phone or something. Let's try it. 8.5x plus 15. And I'm going to put my $50 goal in here. Put a line in. And I'm going to do the math. You could also just guess and check. $35. This is looking like less than 6. This is looking like maybe 4 hours. 4 point what? 4.1 hours. So you only got to work about 4 hours, and that's just at $8.50 an hour, $15 to do your yard work. You get $50 a week. You can help your parents pay your bill for your car insurance or your phone or whatever. I mean, if it's just a phone bill, you have enough money left over to go out and do stuff with your friends, pay for things you want, shoes, stuff like that. All right, so now if we wanted to check this, we would put 4.1 in here. 4.1 times 8.5 and then add 15, and we would get about $50, approximately $50 a week. Mm-hmm. Did I pass out the bathroom passes yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, I did? Okay, fill it out. All right, everybody head to page 33. Oh, you weren't Brian. Yeah, sit down. I gotta get you something. These are for the rest of the quarter. If you don't use them all, you can turn them in for extra credit. Fill this one out and give it to me before you go. All right, page 33. Just rip off one and you keep the other two. All right, so this says explore it. Mine's blurry. It says work with a partner, so you are meant to be working together on this. This isn't supposed to be the teacher talks and you sit there and fall asleep. You guys are working on page 33 together. You're problem solving the situation about a person, you and a friend, and how much money y'all make. There it is. And so this is talking about making $9.75 an hour or $9.35 an hour. When I started working in high school, it was like $7 an hour.
What?
Yeah. Publix is like 14 an hour now. It's like twice as much when I started working. Yeah. You do? Yeah. You help them do, yeah. All right, I have two things right now here. I have you. You're making $9.75 an hour plus allowance. Aren't you lucky you get an allowance? Your friend, $9.35 an hour plus allowance. Aren't they lucky too? Determine whether it's possible for you and your friend to work the same number of hours. This is a question that is asked a lot in high school math. It's actually applicable. People are wondering which jobs can they make the same amount on, or which one would make more. So I'm going to highlight work the same number of hours. You guys go ahead and underline that or highlight it, whatever you have. The question is it possible for you to work the same number of hours and earn the same amount? So many word problems asking this. When are the things the same? What happens when are the things? What symbol in math means the same? Equal sign. Okay. So whenever you're questioned about when are things the same, we're going to need an equal sign. Okay. So we have this first scenario is you. You have the second scenario is your friend. And the question is, can they equal? So, okay, now the only thing that logically makes sense, and you don't need a math class to figure this out, is if you make more than your friend per hour, if the amount is going to equal, which person needs a higher allowance? Your friend's going to need a higher allowance for these things to equal because you make more every hour. Okay? So as you look at the 4 different options they're trying to get you to look at, go ahead and cross it out. If you make more per hour and you have a higher allowance, there's no shot they're going to equal. So that's this one. Here, this one's trying to say your friend only gets $10 a week and you get 20, is this ever going to equal? No. That one's out. That one doesn't make sense. You make more per hour, you can't also make a higher allowance. So I want to speed this up and I want you guys to focus on this one. Let's see if this scenario works. You get 10 per week, so we're going to put a 10 in your allowance. Your friend gets 20 per week. Put a 20 in your friend's allowance. Solve the equation, see if it works. See if you get a good answer. Think your friend can make as much as you if you get more hours? Yeah. Okay, let's figure it out. How many hours before they make it just as much as you? I'm gonna be guessing and checking in a calculator quite a bit, or I'm gonna be doing it my math teacher way using algebra. But I think in real life people would just be guessing and checking in a calculator. So the situation I want you to try is your allowance is 10, so yours is gonna be $9.75 an hour plus $10 for allowance. Your friend is 20. $9.35 an hour plus $20 allowance. We're going to put a line right through this and we're going to solve. And if we can solve it, we get a value for H. That means yes, it's possible for your friend to make as much as you. I wonder what they have to do to get that $20 allowance. So yeah. They probably have to babysit every day. Is that worth $20? Most people gotta babysit anyway, right? You get home early from high school. You babysit your little brothers and sisters. More than one right way to do this. I'm gonna do this by now. Force a group up here. It's gonna make more sense. So we have H's on the left and the right side of the line. They do not like to be separated. They belong together. So we need to get, I like to take, if possible, I'll take the smaller one to the other side. This one is slightly smaller. It's not always possible to do that, but. So what I'm gonna do, it's a positive 9.35. So I'm going to subtract it from both sides. And when I subtract it, I don't have to put it under the 10. The 10 doesn't have H. I put it right underneath the other one that has H because I'm trying to bring them together. So now it's gone here. 9.35 minus 9.35 is no longer here. And over here, I can actually do that subtraction in the calculator. 9.75H minus 9.35H. 0.4H plus 10 equals 20 is what's left. So you want to take one of the variables to the other side. And now when I look at this equation, I don't have those two H's anymore. I've got it down to 1. It's a way easier equation in that one step. So bring one of the variables over across the line by doing addition or subtraction. Now I did see a lot of people subtracting 10. That's good. That's a right thing to do. Subtract 10 from both sides. Very nice job on that decision. And we have 0.4H equals 10. And we have this down to a one-step equation. Divide by 0.4. and we get h equals 4, no? $25. Of course, 25. So if you both work 25 hours, you'll make the same amount. Now, some people think it sounds great, 25 hours walking dogs, taking care of animals. Not me. I don't want to take care of animals for that long. But I guess if it was the same animal, that would be really easy. But going in all day long with different animals, that would be tough. Okay, any questions on how we solved this equation? The very first point I wanted to make is about word problems often ask you to equal things up. So we had to write both expressions with an equal sign in the middle. The second point, collect your variables to one side. Cancel one out so that they're together. All right, let's open the books now. So finish this, we finish this. Go to page 27. I saw most of you get a lot of this done yesterday. I did it with you. Now I'm going to come around and give you credit for it. I did quite a few of them in class. The last 3 I did not get to. These. I think I got through 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. I didn't do the last. So you can check your work and your answers. You ready up here what we did? This is page 27, number 14 to 22. No matter how much you did, you get partial credit. You did one question, I'll give you 1 point. You did 3 questions, I'll probably give you 2 or 3 points. Depends how much work you showed. Flip that one page over. Nice. 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 Check your work. Right. Close that page over. Nice. Nice. Good job. Okay. Yesterday I graded 1 through 13 out. So you need to get that done. That should have been done already, honestly. Now flip this. Yesterday in class we did like 4 or 5 of these, and then attempting the last 3 on your own. That's what you're talking. That's what I understand. What? 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 So let's leave her book with you. You can bring it. Huh? You can bring it every day. Definitely. Right? So you can flip that over. Thank you. Oh, looks like 19's not done. Ada, let me see how many you did. Okay. Everything you did in class. Flip yours over, Amara. Let's do this one. Good. 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 Good work. Good. Thanks. Looks like you guys did a great job participating yesterday. I'll use small text everybody. Let me finish 19, and then we're headed over to page 37. Negative 42 minus 2x. Negative 42. Oh, that's negative 27 over 2. So if you had a decimal, negative 13.5 per 19, that's right. You guys actually have the odds, so maybe you have that. Alright, does anybody want me to zoom in on any of these? I would say that, like, this one, so you know, is more difficult than I'm putting on your quiz, okay? This one is not. So when you look at 15, that is a quiz question. Even something like 18, that is a quiz question. But these last three are really more, there might be one question as difficult as that. Okay, those are, if you're feeling overwhelmed or intimidated by the bottom ones, those are a little more difficult than you need to be tested on. The top are more at level. This is for people who are ready. Some people in the room are ready for that challenge. Not everybody is, and that's okay. Okay, if there's no questions, let's move on. Page 37. Well, I think I might go to the easier one. Scratch that. It's the one I just saw. We're doing page 36, 1 through 3. Let's go back. What Excel in the dog walking question. Go to page 36. Let's do these 1 through 3 first before we do those ones. All right, everybody's on line number 1. And our X's here are unhappy. They're separated by the line. And they don't like that. They want to come together. Now, technically, if I was to look at this problem, I would love to just plus 2x and plus 2x, but I don't want to leave this side empty. I don't want one side of the equal to not have anything. So the 3x is going to join the negative 2x. When I look at the 3x, it's positive, so I'm going to subtract it. And this is where, if negatives are a struggle for you, put this in a calculator. Negative 2 minus 3. This is negative 2 minus 3. We don't want you getting this lots of step question wrong because of this negative sign. So please just pick up a calculator and get that right. Negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5. And now this is how it should be. The x is still there, and the x is only on one side. There shouldn't be letters on both sides of the equal line. We brought one over, so we only have one term with x. One more step, x needs to be totally alone. This is negative 5 times x, and the opposite of multiply is divide. And again, put the fraction in the calculator and hit enter. If you're not sure if it should come out positive or negative, this is 10, fraction bar, negative 5. The directions say check your solution. I think it's a good idea to plug in -2 and see if the both sides equal. You don't have to show that work to get credit for the assignment, but I think it's a good idea. I'll check it here for everybody. Let's see. It would be -2 times -2 equals 3 times -2 plus 10. And when I plug it in to check it, I get the both sides are the same, so it works. That checks out. -2 is the solution. The left side equals the right. All right, number 2. Distribute in. Multiply in. 0.5 times 6h. 0.5 times -4. That will be 3h minus 2 equals -5h plus 1. All right, Aiden, I'm going to call on you. You got your head down. I want to check in verbally and see if you know what the next step is. You ready? Aiden, what's the next step? There's more than one right answer. There's probably 3 right things you could do. But what I've been talking about is that the h's should not be on different sides of the line. So how can we bring them together? So the only reason I don't want to deal with the 2 is the 2 doesn't have the h. So instead, I want to either deal with the 3h or the -5h.
I don't know how to combine them.
Let's just do an opposite. You have an idea?
So it's inverse. It's just I think add 3. No, subtract.
Okay, so he's questioning. We have to do something inverse here. Is this a positive 3h or a -3h? It's positive. So yes, you subtract it. So we're going to do I like how you use the word inverse. We're going to cancel this out and we're going to minus 3h. We're going to minus it here. Remember, whatever you do on the left side, you have to do on the right side. So we're also going to minus it here. You could have also added 5h. I'll do both. Both ways are good. So I'm going to subtract the 3h. So pretty much to answer your question, Andy, the way you get them together is do an opposite. And you line it up right underneath. So now the 3h is gone. We have a -2. We have an equal sign. We have a -8h plus 1. And I'm going to do this same problem over here another way, which is totally right. Is it 3 over 8? 3/8. Alright, good. Subtract 1 to the other side. -2 minus 1. Use a calculator so you don't mess up your signs. You end up with -2 minus 1 is -3. And the -8h is still there. Divide by -8. -3 over -8 is h, and that's the same thing as a positive 3 over 8. And that one I really do want to leave as a fraction. So if you went ahead and made it a decimal 0.375, I really like the fraction better, but 0.375 is equivalent. When you're ready, try number 3. Anybody get as far as I have so far? Negative 6n minus 9 equals 3n minus 9. All right, good job. Anna Sophia, what do you want to do next?
Subtract 3 from the negative 6.
Okay, so we can minus 3n minus 3n.
Yeah.
And that would be negative 9n minus 9 equals negative 9. Ooh, are we going to get a 0? Zeros are the worst. When I add 9 over, I get 0. Negative 9n equals 0. 0 is a number. Divide by negative 9. And n actually equals 0. These equations are long. All right, I'm shortening the original assignment if you saw. So we just finished 1 through 3. Very good, everybody who stuck with it. I originally planned 1 through 4 and 15 through 18. Let's hold off on 15 through 18. Let's try page 39, 1 through 4. This is all for your own benefit. Just open up your book, try them. I'll put up the work and answers tomorrow. If you get it wrong, you'll just correct it. Okay, you get credit just for trying. So just, and you have what, 3 minutes left? 3 minutes left if you want to try number 1 right now. This is your assignment. Brody S., did you write the assignment down? William, did you write the assignment down? Write it down. Alyssa, do you have the assignment? Okay. Aiden D, you got it? Victor, you got it?